Part 3. Tuesday, 10th of July. I get a phone call from Churchill Hospital. Operation date is the 8th of August. Finally. An appointment 2 days later with a specialist at Milton Keynes Hospital to explain what the operation would entail. Probably a couple of months recovery time, then about 3 or 4 weeks after some chemo. Be tablets or injections. He also said he'd organise an MRI scan in a couple of weeks' time. A week later, an appointment with a bowel surgeon at Churchill Hospital. He talks me through the operation. It'll be about 8 hours. They'll remove the bowel tumour, the bladder, prostate and maybe the anus. Be in hospital for about 2 weeks and then about 6 months to recover. I get back home and travel up to Wales. This could be my last visit there for some time, or ever. If things go tits up during the operation, that's it. Good to be there for a few days and see whiskey. A week later, I drive home. Tuesday, 24th of July. A pre-op appointment at Churchill Hospital. Loads of questions to answer. A bag full of various medications, and then an ECG and blood test. Got home in the afternoon, and then a phone call regarding my stoma bags. A delay again. Getting pissed off with this. Next day I had a CT scan at Milton Keynes Hospital. 3 days later I get some stoma supplies. Less than I ordered though. It seems my GP intervened. When I order direct from the supplier, it has to be authorised by my GP. And because I'd ordered 3 boxes, because I'm having to change the bags so often, she decided I didn't need that many, not for a month. Fuck's sake, I'm the one who needs them. I'm the one with cancer and I know what stuff I need. Why can't people just listen to what I say instead of thinking for me? It's not like I wanted to flog them on eBay or at the local car boot. Wednesday, 1st of August, MRI scan at Milton Keynes Hospital. Operation date seems forever to arrive. Sadly, my NHS transport didn't. Someone at the hospital decided to cancel it and not tell me. Fucking great. The most important appointment of this cancer saga, the operation itself, and my travel plans are fucked up by someone who decides the hospital will not authorise payment. Thanks, Sue. Panic. What to do? I ring a local cab company and ask, can they get me to Churchill Hospital as soon as possible? Cab turns up in about 10 minutes. My admission appointment was for 7 AM. It's now 7:15 as we leave. I explain to the cab driver what's happened and he says, I'll get you there as quickly as I can. He does. Top bloke. On the way there I frantically ring the hospital to explain what is happening and I'll be late. Told not to worry, just get here as soon as possible. Finally arrive, a bit late, but get booked in to Ward 11. After a 5.5 hour operation, I wake up in an intensive care ward, very tired and very sore. The next day they tried to get me up for a small walk. No way, much too painful. Friday, 10th of August. After a lot of painkillers, I finally managed a short walk. This is the worst pain I've ever experienced. Later they take me down to a ward. It's the same ward I was in April for my stoma operation, and a lot of the nurses remember me from then. Various painkillers throughout the day and morphine on tap. I press a button and get a shot every 5 minutes. If I need it. I need it. Lost my appetite. And food tastes awful. I think it's all the painkillers that I'm on. The next couple of days I try some short walks down the corridor on the arm of the nurse or a physio. Getting me mobile seems to be a priority. I now have a different type of colostomy bag. This one I shit in as before, but because I no longer have a bladder, I also piss in it too. Thankfully at the moment the nurses change the bag at the moment and at night. And at night I'm connected up to a bigger bag for when you're sleeping. The thing is, you no longer know when you'll piss or shit. It just happens. Over the next few days the pain doesn't seem to be getting any better. Neither does my walking, but I persevere with it. One of the specialists comes in one day to check on me. Seems pleased with progress. He says I should feel less pain in about a week and it might take about a year before I get back to normal. And when I leave the hospital, no driving for a couple of months. The days roll on, still in pain and very tired. Short naps through the day in between having my painkillers and blood pressure checks. By the 17th I'm still not eating much. Still in pain but managing a couple of short walks each day. Having frequent blood tests, various painkillers and still having morphine. I'm told I should be walking a bit more than I am. I told them I would if I wasn't in so much pain. A couple of days later they send me off for a CT scan to try and find out why I'm in so much pain. Results of the scan was that I'm constipated. So I'm now on a laxative to make me shit more. Thursday, 23rd of August. One of the doctors is putting quite a bit of pressure on getting me home. I explained to him that I haven't even changed the bag for myself yet. How the hell am I supposed to go home? Most mornings now I wake up feeling sick. So I'm now on anti-sickness tablets along with everything else. A couple of days later they weigh me. 10 stone, 13 pound. Seems I've lost about 10 pounds since June. Tuesday, 28th of August. I changed my bag for the first time. I'm also getting a discharge of mucus and some blood from my arse. Mention it to the doctors when they come round in the mornings. Nothing happens though. Into September and finally something is going to be done about my leaky bum. They arranged for a CT scan to see what the problem is. Maybe it can be treated with antibiotics or else a small operation to try and drain it off. After the scan they decide it's a build-up of pus which can be treated with antibiotics. Should clear up in about a week. The next day they decide to operate instead. I'm told it's a bit risky, but they will try to flush it all out. Had to sign the consent form and the doctor explains roughly what it all entails. Wednesday, 5th of September. I'm wheeled off to the theatre about 10 AM for the operation. Only takes about an hour. I wake up in the recovery ward and after a while I'm taken back to my ward by 2 PM. No one has told me anything yet, but I have a plastic tube up my arse which is draining stuff out into a bag. So was it all successful? No idea. Nobody's told me anything. Finally, at 7:30 PM a doctor comes in and explains everything went well. The tube is to drain off any excess pus and should be able to come out in a couple of days. Monday, 10th of September. The tube is finally taken out of my bum and I'm told I can go home tomorrow. Great. Tuesday, 11th of September. Home. Thursday, 13th of September, appointment at Milton Keynes Hospital with an oncologist. He tells me the operation went well, the bowel cancer was a nasty one, but they think they got it all. However, I have to have 6 months of chemo just to make sure. Probably start in October. Tuesday, 18th of September, John Radcliffe Hospital appointment with bowel surgeon. He seemed pleased with the way things went with the operation, but said there were still some cancerous cells in the anus area. But he didn't seem too concerned at the moment. Well, he wouldn't be concerned, would he? It's not his arse with cancer. My blood count is low, apparently, and I'm anemic. I get the feeling I'm slowly falling apart. Home about 6:30. Friday, 21st of September, I get a home visit from someone from Milton Keynes Occupational Therapy. She explains that there are some things they can do to make things a bit easier for me. Sounds helpful. She then mentions that of course it is means tested. That's it then, nothing. When my mum died, she left me some money in her will, so I'm too wealthy according to them. I'm on my own. Tuesday, 25th of September, appointment at Churchill Hospital to see the bladder surgeon. He tells me I'm doing well, home just before 6 p.m. It's a shame some of these appointments can't be done together on the same days. Friday, 28th of September, appointment at Milton Keynes Hospital to see the oncologist. He explains the procedures for chemotherapy. They want me to start it on Monday, 15th of October. Could be for 3 or 4 hours, then chemo tablets for 2 weeks that I take at home, then a week off with nothing, then start the cycle over again the following week. Next day I'm back at Milton Keynes Hospital for a CT scan. Sunday, 30th of September, I decide to go to Wales. I really need a break from all this, and I desperately want to see my boy, Whiskey. I leave about 5 a.m. and arrive just after 9 a.m. All the dogs were really pleased to see me, including Whiskey. It's something about the love of a dog that can bring a tear to your eyes. They never forget you and always want to love you, no matter when they last saw you. Give me a dog over people any day, even family, especially mine. Left for Milton Keynes on Thursday the 11th of October to prepare myself for the upcoming chemo treatment.